plug for you. Ah! Go too low. You are. Does that work? Hey there. I still want you hired. Oh, we are recording. Okay.
Yep.
And we're good to go. All righty. Oh, I've lost it. Ah! Yep. Where's my thing? Oh, here we go with the tech issues already. What is it with, I swear to God, the entire planet has a 12-year-old mentality. Every time they see something that's even remotely shaped like a body part, it has to be publicly exposed. It's not fun. All right. All right, here we go. And we go live with TikTok. I don't want stories. Go away. TikTok keeps doing new things. All right, here we go. And we go live. Here we go. Hopefully this will work, you guys. All right. 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, now they've got weekly rankings on TikTok. That's fun. All righty. So Christopher is now 4 minutes late. We'll give him another minute and then we'll start. Alrighty, you guys. Hello, TikTok. I see there's nobody in the room today. That's fun. We'll see how this goes. It'll end up on FIP and there'll be 20 people in there and I'll be focused on you guys. So that will be fun. All righty. Okay, Christopher. All right, you guys, on TikTok, we are doing the language of tarot lesson today. If you are going to follow along with your tarot cards, you are going to need a majors only deck. So take your tarot card and pull out the majors, just the 22. And if everybody in the Zoom room is ready to go, well, let me know and we can start. And I just shuffled them. Shame on me.
I'm ready.
Oh, see, I always keep a second deck handy so that you don't actually shuffle the ones that you want to do. All right, so here's how we start. Okay, so when I first got introduced to tarot, I started dating this guy who was a Gardnerian, and he worked with hi Eliza, I'm doing a tarot class, but check us out, tarotphenoms.com. You can join the class. Find the Meetup group because that's where you'll find the link to go in. So you'll need a majors deck. Anyway, this Gardnerian taught me how to use my tarot deck by using this, which looks really freaky and weird. But what this is actually is a little more common for you guys when you see it painted like this. You guys all know what this is, yeah? Right? This is basically your basic shape for a tree of life. And they use this in Kabbalah, in Christian theology, in Judaic theology. It even crosses over into the Arabian world, and Indians even believe in it, although it's more of a chakra tree, and I don't understand much about how the Indians do it, so bear with me. There is more learning to go, right? It is a learning experience. Okay, and so when you look at the tree of life, right, everybody sort of looks at it and they think that this is the root and this is the beginning, right? Because this is where your princesses are. This is the root of existence. Except what you don't know is that it really starts up here. It starts way up here, right off of the paper. And what you don't know, or you don't see on the tree of life, is there's like supposedly 3 levels of ether up there that I don't even remotely, we're talking Atlanteans and stuff up at the top of there. I don't even understand it. And you get out of the meat suit and it becomes, depends on how your ego translates it. I've discovered everybody's got all kinds of constructs that they create and accept inside of their heads that helps them get into alignment. And it is the most crazy thing. Anyway, so this is your tree of life. Anyway, eventually, and probably not until later in the end of the class, this will end up actually from this. And I'm going to show you how to lay this out. Okay, so basically, this is the frame that, whoops, upside down. This is the frame that everybody's used to, right? Okay, and this is the frame that we're going to work with. So you notice the big, I got to get this printed on a card so I can do this for the actual class. But what happens is if you look at this here, this is the very, very important representation of the universe. Whoops. Universe. Okay. So that's the life existence. So what you're going to do is you're going to take out the cards as you have them. And if you have them in order, this will make things a lot simpler. There are 2 that I'm going to get you to pull out right away. Okay, and that's because they are misplaced. They are numerically out of sequence for the way that we're going to work with this. And that came as a result of a Golden Dawn and Thelemic teachings separation and split. And what happens is that the 11 card, and where the heck is it? The 2 cards are actually reversed in energy. Oh, the hell is it? Lust, strength. Where are you? All right, I will find it. What do I want? The 7. 7-11? Now, strength and lust. What am I looking for here? The hell? My brain is not working this morning, you guys. And where are you? I'm missing a card. How am I missing a card?
Strength is 8.
I am. Yes, it is. It's 8. Where is it?
Yeah.
Isn't it here? Yeah. There you go. Okay, so you're going to pull those out, and then you're going to pull out the star. Wherever that is hiding. And the star, because it's backwards. It's sort of backwards in its energy. So the Golden Dawn guys have this as a 17 on the cycle. Oh, let's start. Okay, so what you're going to look at the tarot cards, or when you put these together, when you look at them, you're going to picture in your head a globe. So it's a 3-dimensional thing. And you yourself, spiritually, as a representation of the cards, are going to be what on the globe, basically, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, would be the North Pole. Okay. If you are in the Southern Hemisphere, then what's on the top of your globe would be the South Pole. So you can flip it upside down, but whatever pole it is, you are on the top. And so the very, very first card in that sense becomes the Fool. Okay. And the Fool sits on the top as this energetic card. And what's really cool about the Fool is that in Kabbalistic teachings, which is what a lot of this comes from. It's like a secret language that seems to have been, and this is my theory, and I don't know if anybody else even teaches this or believes it, but around about the 12th, 13th century, when language was really being created and written down and put, this language that's in these cards was actually pretty much known by everybody. And the church, the people that control power, and we know how power all works, right? If you are in control of the power, you get to make the rules, right? So they were putting this all together. Well, these cards possibly appear to have at least the language, whether it's written or verbal or whatever, seems to have become an underground language where we can look historically at the way people behaved back in the early centuries of our common era, and we see that early on everybody was capable of doing magical things and controlling energies, and right, and this is all myths, and nobody ever really did this except everybody did it back then, you know what I mean? And so these cards suggest that back at that time this was a language of creation, right, that everybody really knew and taught each other back then, and it stopped. So this is the theology, if you will, that I work with. That this language is a secret knowledge that only we tarot readers actually know. And if we are capable of doing with something with this, then we can rock it out of the park and really, really do something with this meat suit existence, right? Which is how I use the cards. Mary manifests her existence from a different level. She manifests it. She uses the cards to become more of herself. I use the cards to take myself and manifest what I want in existence. So depending on how you use the cards, they're still just little pieces of paper. They have no power. They have nothing to them unless you choose to give it to them. Okay, so don't be treating them like they're magic or special, or oh, I hear people if you damage the deck, you have to burn it. And my favorite deck has a fold in the back of one of the cards, and I just pretend I don't see it when I shuffle. You know what I mean? There's certain weird rituals that you can do with cards. Okay, so here goes the language. We're going to start. The first thing we're going to do is you're going to lay out the wheel of life, which will eventually correspond to this, but right now we're just working with the wheel. So the very, very first card you want to find is your wheel of fortune. Oh, upside down. Sorry, I'm going to do it this way so that when I turn them, they turn upside right. So, and you'll notice how this is my working deck, and you'll notice that I write on the cards. This is how I practice my knowledge, and I make sure that I remember what it is that I'm trying to teach, right? So Jupiter rules the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is the center. Now, remember I said there was a three-dimensional thing, and you're going to picture it as a globe, and you are at the top. Okay, this is you. All right, and this is the very center of your being. This is where luck is created, and you can either be the recipient of luck or you can be the creator of luck. Good morning to you, Christopher, if you can hear me yet. Welcome.
Good morning. It let me right in today. Really?
Yes. Yeah, I set it up so that everybody could come right in today. So I'm going to get you to mute. So we're going to continue. Just quickly for you and for everybody. Hi, everybody in the TikTok room. For everybody, just to quickly catch you up, we are working with just the majors today, just the 0 through 22 cards. And if you've got them sorted out, it will make your life much simpler. If that's okay. We are recreating the Tree of Life into what we call the Wheel of Life. And yeah, So there you go. So at the very center, now, if you guys have room on the table in front of you, this is going to be much better for you. But what you're going to do, you're going to end up laying out essentially 3 rows of cards. So, but you're going to do it one by one. So the very first card that you're going to lay down is the Wheel of Fortune, and that is going to be laid right in the middle of your space. It will have 1 card above it and 2 cards below it, just to give you an idea of centering. And it will have 3 cards on either side of it once you finish this. So you get an idea of the spacing. Essentially, they will literally lay out. Let me see if I can show you this. They will lay out on the table very much like you see here on these glyphs. All right. Okay, so we start with the Wheel of Fortune. I'm still working with notes. I got to get this all memorized at some point, right? So the Wheel of Fortune starts up. In the language of the Wheel of Fortune, this is the power. This is the center. When we come into existence, we have a place within ourselves. You guys hear me talk about it all the time on TikTok. For you guys that are new to me, you will discover that I operate from a center of nothingness. All right. There is a place within us from which we get to choose how we're going to feel, how we're going to think, how we're going to move, what we're going to do. And it's a very nice space. Nothing really happens there. We don't have emotion. We don't have really anything except us. It's just us in this space. And it feels very much like this card, because that's I think of this card in that sense like the central prism. It is where the life force, you feel it here, you feel it in your chest. Okay, this is where this card comes in. Okay, this is where the energy comes into you. All right, so all right, we'll come back to the Tree of Life, but on this Tree of Life, this is the Wheel of Fortune right in the middle. Okay, everybody with me so far? And the Wheel of Fortune, my notes go, the Wheel of Fortune in its energy. This is, think root chakra. If you do chakras, this is the base. This is where it starts, because this is, as a human being, this is where the energy is going to come out. So you feel the energy of the judgment. This is the choice. This is the option. This is where, okay, we're going to make it real. This is how this is going to go. And we can choose to make it positive. We can choose to make it negative. Right? Do you feel that? And round and round and round she goes, and where she stops, nobody knows. Well, you can control where the wheel stops by actively gathering your forces and focusing them on one of the energies of the wheel that may be out of sync at the end of the day. So for example, you get up in the morning and you're feeling, let's say you're feeling logy and you're tired and you are physically out of it, right? So this is the space that you begin in. So what you do is you go back psychologically and you say to the universe, okay, you get into alignment with yourself. You do your meditation, get into oneness. Pardon me, but you don't even follow anybody. You just what? You just go into people's lives and spam them. Go away. Sorry about that. I had somebody spamming the TikTok. So the Wheel of Fortune, you're going to choose how it's going to spin, right? Or you can allow it to spin for you. Either way, it's going to spin. You've got no choice in the matter. So it's a central starting point. So we're going to set that one down. That it brings the energy. You can do good fortune, happiness, turn for the better, focus, right? And go this way. Or you can just allow it to drag you down into the negativity, right? Do you feel that? There is the wheel's going to turn. How you feel about the turning of the wheel is your choice. Do you feel that? So that's the center. That's the starting point of life. Okay. Then you go to the, I'm going to get these in the right order. Then we are going to pull the Empress. Okay. And the Empress is an interesting card because it's actually number 3. And I had these in order before I started and I accidentally shuffled, and I do apologize for this. All right. So this is the Empress in the deck that I am using. Okay. And she is love and beauty and happiness. And do you feel I'm choosing from the point, feel the energy of how this flows. Okay. Here's the point of nothing, the wheel turning. This is the, okay, we are in the wheel of life. Now what? All right. So if we make the positive choice of choosing positive energy, right, we actually physically pull the energy of this card into us and we get grounded and we can begin from a positive place, right? Okay, so she brings love, beauty, happiness, pleasure, sensuousness, fruitfulness, success, graciousness. Do you feel this positive? These are all positive choices. Gentleness, delight, luxury, idleness. And then she also brings a warning of excess, right? If she is not kept grounded, she can go into excesses like debauchery and dissipation, right? So she can break things up if she wants to, right? The excesses of positivity can be just as damaging as negativity as a choice of an option. So she is the one card that goes immediately above your wheel of fortune. And hopefully you guys have a big enough table to lay these out. I am overlapping my cards in order to do this. Okay. Normally I would do it on a kitchen table and the cards would lay out that. All right. Now, what you want to do is take the male aspect that is the opposite of the female positive aspect that we just did. Okay. So the Empress represents a yin choice in the wheel of life. Do you feel that? She's soft and she's delicate and she is all the things that are the yin energy of the existence. Well, her opposite are the physical and the hardness of the Emperor. And that card is going to go immediately below the wheel of fortune. Now, do you see the balance of energy between the Empress above and the Emperor below and the wheel of fortune in the middle? You see that, you guys? You guys feel free to jump in if you have any questions you want to ask me. Hi, Julie. We're doing a tarot lesson here, tarotphenoms.com if you'd like to join in. We are focused in a Zoom room. So here you go. Oh, I know what I forgot. The universe card. The card 21 should be the one at the bottom or the top, depending how your deck is. Pull that out. That is the card that is the overall thing. That's the complete circle. And that is the card that basically is that shape. You see that? That's the card. That's the whole thing, right? That's the universe. That's the universe. That's the wheel of life. If that makes sense to you guys. All right. So the universe can be set aside. It is actually represented in the overall big circle of what we're laying out here. Okay, do you guys get that? The next card that you're going to pull out are the Hermit and the Adjustment cards. And I've got these upside down. All right. The Adjustment card is the 8 that we were looking for to pull out before. And the Hermit is the 9. Okay. Hermit and, oh, I did that backwards. The Hermit and Adjustment, right? The Hermit goes on the right and Adjustment goes on the left. Now, The Hermit card represents knowledge and illumination and the power of the creation of energy from self-introspection. Okay. The Adjustment card is about grounding and equilibrium and things being in balance. Okay, so what ends up happening is you now have 5 cards on your table, and they are visually, physically balanced. Now, if you look at the way that the cards touch each other and the way that the colors go together, if your tarot artist was true to the requirements of the way that tarot be painted, then you will easily be able to see the things that you need to see that are going to represent those energies. So, for example, you'll look at your Empress card and you will see that she is soft and delicate and pretty and nurturing and caring and mothering. Okay. If you don't see that in your Empress card, you need another Empress card, because those are really, really, really important. Okay. Hi, Melissa. And the same with the Emperor, right? You look at your Emperor card and you don't see the hard solidity and the ability to be cold and powerful, right? If you don't see that in your tarot deck, you need a better tarot deck. And yeah, right. And the Hermit is going to show that energy coming out. This is my energy coming out. This one is energy coming in. I'm adjusting, I'm accepting, I'm looking at, I'm examining, I am sorting, I am judging. Okay. So there's an inward aspect and an outward aspect. And the inwardness of grounding of the masculine yang and the outwardness of the expansion of the yin, right? So as you feel, just look at those 5 cards that you have now laid out on your table, okay? And what I want you to do, and I really wish I could lay this out for you in such a way that you actually see the way that this is going to go. But here's your Justice card sitting in the middle. Remember I said this is, you want to imagine this is 3D. If you cannot imagine this in 3D, you might not grasp the energy of this. So you have this in the middle. And then you have the softness of the yin energies of the Empress hanging up here. And this is creation. And this is right. Okay. You feel that? And then you have the masculine energies below, like this. Okay, and now see if I can do this right. I tried this the other day and it worked okay. All right, so you have the 3 cards and you're going to stack them one on top of the other like that. You see that? Right? And then it looks like that. Masculine, spinning wheel, feminine. Feel that? And then, so they're like that. And then the other 2, in spite of, they are actually here. Right? So if you look at them like this on the table, they're sitting one above each other and laid out like a cross this way. Okay, but they're like this. So the Empress energy is softer than the energy of the Hermit. Okay, but the energy of the Hermit is softer than the energy of the Emperor. Do you feel that? So, right, let me lay them back down. Anybody any questions so far, you guys? Hey, Blue Eyes, how are you? Hey, welcome to everybody in the chat. You can follow us at tarotphenoms.com if you'd like. Does anybody have any questions? Anybody? You're all muted. If you want to ask a question, guys, you have to unmute yourselves. All righty. I'm going to assume your silence means you are not. Okay, so the next 3, this becomes fun. So the next 3 cards I want you to pull out are the Fool, and then your Magician. In this deck is called the Magus, and the High Priestess, which in this deck is my Priestess. Okay. And these, what does the Sun in line with Jupiter mean? Do you mean planetarily or astrologically, darling? I don't do astrology. Teresa Reed would be a really great person to ask that question. I don't know if you know she's on here. I don't know, but the Sun in line. They call it a conjunction. It means that they are on the same orbit, that they look really cool lined up. Beyond that, you need either an astronomer. Well, I can tell you the astronomy behind it, but you need an astrologer for it. I got nothing. Sorry, darling. All right. I do tarot. Ask me anything about tarot. I got all kinds of tarot answers for you. Okay. So here's your 3 cards, and you want them laid out. You're going to lay them out in line with the Empress. Okay. So they are the beginnings of your top row. Okay. So from right to left, you are going to lay out the Fool, then the Magus, the Magician, and then the High Priestess, and they will line up beautifully with the Empress. Okay. So this is going to be cool. All right. So energetically, what you have just done is created something. Hello, Jennifer. My best friend just came into TikTok. Pardon me. Hi. Okay. So what you've done is just created something. So the Fool, when you look at Fool, what I want you to think is this card is represented by a letter called Aleph. And it looks like this. If I can get close enough to show you, it looks like this. If I can show you on here, on this is Aleph. Okay. And in the Hebraic alphabet, it is A, which is kind of cool, except when you actually read Hebrew, it's silent. And so when you look at it, what I find really, really cool about this card from an energetic level is that it all by itself is the space before anything. So remember, as I was saying, that with the Wheel of Fortune, it just sits there and spins. What we do with it is a judgment call. Okay, so the Fool, where it sits here, it is your thought, yourself, prior to deciding how you're going to look at the wheel. Okay, so this is the silent space before everything. If you are successful in meditation and you can get yourself into that nice quiet space where you go, yeah, I'm one with the universe and the universe is one with me, and everything flows from there, that's this space, that's this energy. This card represents the perfect alignment of somebody ready to begin their journey. Do you feel that? Okay. There's no journey represented. It's just the thought of the journey. Okay. This is the moment right before you go, I wanna, and then it becomes the Magician energy. And this is the first part in the physical bit. And this is about, I like to think of this when I first saw this laid out like this. I thought of this like sperms chasing eggs. Okay, so here's the thought. Now, here's we're going to create it. How do you create it? You take the one thing, the seed. This is a seed. The aces represent the beginning, the seed in sense of this is about to sprout. So this is skill and intelligence and direction, initiative, adaptation, flexibility, right? This is you deciding on your judgment. This is the first action in the wheel. This is the way it begins to spin, right? So if you can look at if you can feel the energy of it coming together, watch this. And then you get the High Priestess. And this is the higher elevations. This is where this was the yang energies. This is the yin energies. And the two of them together create the Empress energy. So the completion of the fertilized egg, if you will, is felt in this flow of creation. Okay. And if you can feel those energies, you look at them, they go. So they go together and they flow and they create. It's really cool. I've got my cards sliding off my keyboard here. I don't know why I'm not using my desk. Okay, where was I? Ooh. Make sure that the High Priestess is directly above your Hermit. Okay, and then the Magician. And so you will now have 4 cards laid out, then 3 offset, and then 1 on the bottom. And your Universe card is still set over here on the side because this represents the whole thing. All right, the next star, you're going to pull the next star. The next card you're going to pull is the Star. Now, the Star is an interesting card because it is a feminine, but in order to fit the cards and the way the wheel flows, it actually should be a masculine. So it's sort of upside down. And when you see this, you have to, you'll see once they're laid out. What number is the Star? Yeah, where are you? Death, Heart, Devil, Tower, Moon. Where is my Star? Oh, there you are. All right. So here's the Star. Okay. But it's not the it's not. It's a very feminine card. So anyway, it is going next to the Empress. Okay. And the Star is in this case, give me my notes here. The language of the Star. This is a recognition of the seed opening, right? This is what you hope for. This is what you wish for. This is the insight. This is clear vision. This is seeing where you're going. This is knowing what possibilities are, right? Spiritual insight, hope, faith, unexpected help, judgment, errors, and disappointment becoming the negativity of that card. The way that they flow is a growth cycle that goes, it's quite a circle. Now, you will feel the energy as it goes. The very next card then becomes the Hierophant. And what you'll start to see, or what you should start to see as you go along here, is basically what is going to look like this when you're done. Okay, so you will have the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards laying across, and then the next one is going to be here. I'm reading this backwards. I don't know if you guys are reversed or not. The handouts tell the tale, by the way, quite easily. Then you get the Hierophant, and then the last one on there you want to pull is the Lovers. Okay. Lovers card. And then the Hierophant. All right, so you get the feminine, the energy of the Star going into, and then it pulls the knowledge, creates the recognition of the requirement for rules and regulations, right? So you feel the egg, the child becoming the toddler, and the toddler exploring, and you feel this coming together. And then the Lovers. And the Lovers is the first representation of the coming together of those energies of the one coming into their full self. This is the spirit and the physical body becoming one as a united thing. Do you feel this on the cycle? So this is about the time, yeah, we're thinking maybe you're about 4 on the level, the wheel of life level at this point. This is the first time when you are in full control of yourself and you are the one making the choices, making the decisions, right? Okay, now we in Hebrew, of course, they read right to left. And so the very next card in the cycle is going to be the Chariot. These are not going to stay up here. My keyboard's not big enough. That's the problem. So you need to pull the Chariot. And next to the Chariot will be the Lust card. Now, the Lust card is going to be, yeah, it's fine. Chariot and Lust. Where are you guys? 2 on the bottom, of course. All right, so Chariot on the outside. The Chariot is about, remember we started with control, right? So you got the toddler. So the Chariot is when you learn discernment over control. You learn to figure out how to control things over which you have no control. How you learn how to allow things to be what they are in order that you can be comfortable with the idea that you don't have control over it. And then you have the Lust card, and this is the internal self struggle with deciding and choosing how the energies are going to go for you. So this energy of this Lust card in this position, and it's really cool because when you see the energies connecting and flowing together when the wheel is in place, it's very cool, because with the Magician directly above and the Chariot to the right, you feel the yin energy of the Lust card dealing with the yang energy of both the Chariot and the Magician card. So you feel the male on the female energy. And so you see the imbalance of power structure coming together, right? And the Lust is that emotion that is created from an imbalance of a power structure. You want to have more of that power, or you want to learn how to live with the fact that you don't have any power in that situation, right? And then with the energy of the Hermit, right? So you get the introspection of the Hermit energy coming out of, you've got no control over it. You've been put in this. You have to figure this out, right? If you get in your head, there's an energy here. If you get in your head, you are going to get trapped into the negativity because you're choosing to step out of the universal alignment, and you get into your head. So the plane that we had originally, here's the wheel, and then you've got the Hermit sitting next to it, okay? But this is going up as we go this way. So we have the Hermit side by, and then you have the Lust card, which is a little bit higher. And then you have the Chariot card, which is a little bit higher. And if you can actually visualize this wheel, it comes up, and then the next card in the wheel, because you're going up this way, is actually the Lover's card. And then the Hierophant, the Star, right? And it goes up, and the Fool at the top. Do you feel that? What do you think, guys? Are you following how this energetic flow goes yet? Am I talking out of my hat? What do you think? Anybody got any thoughts, any questions? You're so quiet. Mary'd be insane. I'll take a sip of coffee. How far are we in here? 45 minutes. I have, yeah, we got more than half the deck down. That's cool. All right, what we got next? Beneath the Hierophant, you are going to have the Hanged Man. And next to the Hanged Man comes Death. All right. And death is really cool. One of my favorite cards, mostly because it scares people for no good reason. But death is all about grounded controls and changing the way that the energies flow out of yourself so that they flow in comfort and ease. It's a really, really cool energy that it expresses. And when you see it laid out on the table below the lovers, you really feel the way that energy coming down from above in yourself, at the coming together of your who you are and who yourself is, feeds the way that you choose to change, the way that the energy flows out from you, and the way that your life exists. Okay, and so it is. So you've got it coming. Here's the Wheel of Fortune. Then here's the Wheel of Fortune. Next to it, now we're actually going below the wheel. Okay. We are literally coming down this way. We've hit the wheel. Now it's going to spiral down. Okay. This is quite interesting. I love the way this goes. So then you have the wheel. Next to it, you have adjustment. Then you have the Hanged Man. I'm not showing you the cards. And then you have death. And you'll see that you have the wheel goes into the judgment being the negative judgment of self. You go, ooh, it's the energy, the focus comes off of the positive. It ceases to be centrally located, and now we have decided to go down with the flow instead of going up with the flow. So there is an element of, I am choosing this existence to this card. I am choosing to go in the opposite direction of that which I know to be in alignment or positively flowing. Okay. And then followed by the Hanged Man becomes a, ooh, now what sort of moment? The Hanged Man is a point where now you've set energies in motion that you have to look at, understand, become one with in order to counter and move forward with. So there's an elemental education to this energy as you are going down into it. Then you get the Devil. The Death card comes into flow, and you have to actively flip how you are feeling about the way the energy is flowing, or it runs the risk of running roughshod over you, right? Do you feel this energy, the way it's going? So the further you get down negatively into this wheel, the more root-based, root chakra, meat suit, human being out of alignment you become, okay? Where it flows, so energetically, it's doing that. Meanwhile, you're still growing into the human being, right? So here you are at the pivotal point in the Wheel of Life becomes the Wheel of Fortune, and at that point, it's like, okay, I need to be the one in charge, right? And it's like, okay, now I'm choosing how to run this place. So in the spiritual level, if you can be in alignment all the way through these cycles, even better, because then you are exercising your human control over what those cycles are representing. Okay, do you feel that? So you want to, it's always going to flow. It's either going to flow down or it's going to flow up. Okay, and it's always cycles. If you guys have seen these Fibonacci codes, and I know there's at some point Fibonacci is going to come into play here, because just the power and the energy that music puts into people's lives is insane. So it can be manifested. It can be used to manifest stuff. Okay. Julie, if I have enough time before 1 o'clock today, I will be doing some readings, at least of the cards, in order to show how the energies flow one to the other. So you might want to hang in there. Hey, Granddaddy, how you doing? Good to see. It's been a minute. Oh, that's an expression I haven't heard in a while, darling. Oh my gosh. All right. So all right. So now we are into the highest levels of the tarot cards, right? The human self. This is where we are ultimately physically in complete control at this point. We are the boss. This is sort of the adult cycle, if you will, at this point. And this is where I think a lot of people sort of get stuck energetically. And now we are the first card. We're back on the right-hand side of the tableau. And this is the first card beneath the Chariot. And here we are going to lay out the Temperance card, which in this deck is called Art, followed by the Devil. Okay. Which also scares people. I love this card. And then the Tower. So you'll see that they are actually flowing in order with minor differences. So you can actually take them, go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and lay them out this way, right to left. And they are with those minor adjustments that you'll recognize as you see that the cards aren't in order. Those are the only ones that are out of order, and it's because either the masculine and feminine didn't fit, so they had to be switched, or that Golden Dawn Crowley thing, and that just happens. Actually, you could call them buzzwords. They're actually the references. So this is the Moon card. It's governed by Pisces, right? This is the element that's associated with it. This is the number in the Hebraic alphabet that it represents. So in that sense, I have buzzwords on the card, but this is mostly because I am trying to put tarot classes together, and it's easier if I don't have to keep going back to my notes, that I can just go, oh, that one's Pisces. Oh, that one is Virgo. That one is Venus, right? Yeah. So in that sense, yes, I have buzzwords on my cards. I don't recommend doing this with a deck that you value and you want to read with. This is my working deck, and it was specifically, this deck has been energized and shuffled by Robert Place has shuffled it. Mary Greer has shuffled it. Oh my gosh, everybody who's anybody in the tarot world has shuffled this deck for me. This goes everywhere, and the energy coming out of this deck to teach you guys how to read these cards, or any cards actually. I got a video down there. I can read an Uno deck. I don't even know how to play Uno. Figure that one out. Yes, you just got to be able to look at the cards, feel the energies of them, and they tell you what they mean, right? All right, so the last 3 cards you need to put down: the Moon, the Sun, and the Aeon, which is, I don't even remember what they call it in the other decks, but it's the 20. All right, so this, make sure they're in order: Moon, Sun, and then the Aeon. All right, so what you see energetically, you get to that Aeon is the moment before ascension. All right, this is the spiritual completion of the cycle. This is everything. You can't get further through life than right here, because at a physical meat suit life progression cycle, this is the spirit being called home. Do you feel that? If this is the universe, then this is all of you ready to ascend. Do you feel that? That's the energy that we are looking for. Okay. This is the growth and the reality of you becoming the God self, if you will, right? I don't believe in death. You guys have heard me. I get way too many dead people jumping into my readings to believe in death, frankly. But it's a very painful thing to deal with, because, we miss our people, right? But it's a cycle. It's very much a cycle. So when you learn these numbers, right? So once you've laid them out on the table like this, okay, the 22 is still going to be set aside, because it is all of them. It is all of these 21 cards all together. Do you guys get that? Now, the cycle is going to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc., all the way up to the 21. Okay. And those energies are going to flow, not up, but down, right? So you're going to start at the top. So here's the fool's journey, and you are born, and then you become the magician. This is where you get the tools, figure out what you're doing. Then you become the high priestess. This is where you start to manipulate and control. And then there's the Empress, and you become the recreator. Then you get the star, and this is the okay, now I've created, and here's now stuff coming in, and now we're gonna go to a higher level. So they're educating, and then you are into the Hierophant, and these are rules and regulations. And you're getting older. The Lovers is real control. This is really coming together and being able to create super harmonies of self with self. Do you feel the way the spirit self is growing within the meat suit? And if you can keep this in alignment, then the Chariot becomes the control and the movement. And this is where we're going into lust. This is choosing or not choosing based on what we want and what we desire. Then there's the introspection of the Hermit and the realization that we really are who we are and what we are. And that's life is just life. And then we begin to the second half of the existence, and we're coming down this way now. And we go into the judgment, the choosing, the self-dictation. And then there's a second introspection phase as a teenager going into adulthood, right? And then we can change the way, right? We change. We stop being little children and we become adults. That's the death card, right? That's the death, the realization that we are human beings and we actually got to participate in this physical reality, right? And then it goes from the death card goes into, now we're trying to put things together, right? We're trying to, and the devil is like, this is the control thing. Wait, you got too much control over me. And this is the second level of control. This is the really powerful controls that really need to come into play here. And those are going to be your choice, your option. Same as when you were little, except now everybody has to, there's nobody telling you which way they're going to go. You are literally the one that's choosing. Hey, how you doing? Best I can. We're doing this in Tarot Phenoms in the Zoom room. This is you get much better of a focus from me, and I can actually teach without having to follow the chat. It was good to see you, honey. And then, okay, so you come out of, so there's the control. And as always with taking control or changing control structures, you get to, there's always a moment of realization associated with it when the control shifts, whether it's your control or somebody else's control. There's always a control shift, and more often than not, that control shift is based on previously held beliefs and ideals. And this control is that realization. And now it's a jumping off point, right? And so on the wheel of life, this is when you recreate yourself. Some people do it as young adults. Some people do it like this is your mid-age crisis, right? And then there's the Emperor, and here's more. These are the rules and regulations coming into play again, right? This is more charging, and this is very much, and you are right down here in the grounding, right? And then we go into the moon, and the moon is where you get into the higher levels of ethereal human being state, where you come to grips and knowledge with the reality that you're gonna die one day, right? But you're not yet ready to die, because you, in knowing that what you don't want, you know what you do want. So it's followed by a Sun card. There's this choice of, in seeking the light and the joy as a human being, we will find it. You cannot seek happiness and joy without finding it, unless what you are actually doing is focusing on seeking sadness and unhappiness. And that is your choice, right? This is an option. Now we're talking at a spiritual level, guys. You can have all sorts of things that'll mess with your emotional and spiritual choices over which you ultimately seem to have no control. And yeah, so we're talking, these are spiritual concepts. This is not to say that, oh yeah, you can just pick up a tarot deck and eliminate things like depression just by concentrating on the cards. Depression comes from somewhere. You have to work out what caused the depression. You can use the tarot cards to do that, but it's not miraculous. This is internal work that you have to do if you want to change that sort of thing about yourself, right? So bear that in mind. There is no power to these cards. They are just paper, and these are really good ones, but it's just paper. There's no power here. All the power and the magic of the universe, that comes from me. That comes from within me and my connection to the universe and the energies that flow around me. Some people see it as a god. Some people see it as, I don't know what they see it as. I know this one guy, he thinks that his spirit guides are two Cylons from, you know, Battlestar Galactica. Yeah, okay. We are capable of creating the most incredible constructs, right? If you've known me long enough, you'll know that my melody, the voice that I first heard as my spirit guide, she came in, first made herself known to me as a little frog and grew into a giant golden dragon. The brain is a very powerful, powerful tool. And these cards are very useful in helping you control that tool, if you will. So, right, so that seek to know all, the seeking to shine light in the darkness, right, brings the light of the world. And when you can see all of the light, then you can share all of the light. Do you feel that? So this is the joy. This is the bliss. This is the whatever. But if you can't see the darkness, then you have no hope in hell of ever seeing the light. Do you see how these two cards work together? Do you feel the energy of those two cards working together, you guys? So you feel the flow, and then they go into the aeon. Right? So you've taken this desire to know all. Now you know, right? And you realize who you are as a meat suit. And that is when you realize that you are at the end of the physical life cycle. And the next step, this is another realization of your mortality, because the next step is your physical ascension or your death. Right? So from whence we came, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Do you feel that? This is the alpha, this is the omega. Do you guys feel that? Hey, Cherry, where have I been? I have been in Rigaud, Quebec, and I have been busy putting together my business for the One of a Kind show and the my Christmas shows for Peppermaster, and putting together these classes. And with Mary, my partner with Tarot Phenoms, is over at a Christmas market here in Saint Lazare, and she is doing tarot readings and inviting new members for Tarot Phenoms. And yeah, so that's where I've been. I'm sorry. I missed you? Yes. Yes, and I when the Christmas shows end and next season, I will actually be setting up a regular schedule, and I will be here way more regularly. Oh, happy birthday, Cherry. Oh, fantastic. Okay, so I'm gonna go to you guys in the chat, and I want you to tell me what you're looking at. Tell me what you think of what you're looking at with your cards. What you can see, if you see anything odd or whatever with the image showing me. Oh, Lucy, how are you, hon? I want to go horseback riding. I haven't been in forever. How was Mr. Birthday? Oh, all right. Zoom room fans, family, anybody? Are you guys here with me? Hello, guys. All right, so nobody's talked. Did I put you all to sleep? I put everybody to sleep, you guys. All right.
I'm awake.
There you go. Chris is
I'm
away.
just being good.
It is a lot to take in, Judith. But have you laid the cards out? What I want to know is what you're looking at on the table in front of you. And I want to know if you can see the way the one card flows into the other in your deck. And if you want to show me the two cards that you're looking at side by each at the same time, that would be helpful. You're not in the chat. You're in North Carolina on vacation. Oh, yeah. I love North Carolina. All righty. Did you lay out the cards, Christopher?
I got them here.
Mm-hmm.
I had to reshuffle my deck. I just figured out how to do it.
Ah, good. Oh, well, that's fun.
Yes.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. That's not the deck that you won at the Halloween thing?
Yep, I got it right here on my
Okay.
other desk. I want to play with it more.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Christopher won a deck at our Halloween event. My company sponsored a Halloween party, and we did some medium raising.
It was thrilling too.
Yeah, it was fun. Frida Kahlo came into the I need a volunteer, or I need somebody who wants to do video editing, because I have not got the time to do the video editing that these classes are going to require at some point for me to put them live. So I'm just throwing them up as they are. All right.
Yeah, I'm not media literate, so I wish I could.
All right. I'll lay it out. Okay. All right. It is a lot to take in. Yes. Okay. What is the adjustment card? The adjustment card is where is it? Where is it? This would be judgment in your deck. This would be it's either going to be the 8 or the 11, which are reversed. Okay. In some decks, depending on the deck, it's either going to be the 8 or the 11. It'll look like the judge. That 8? That help? Everybody's laid out. You got it. Oh, justice. That'll do it. Yes, yes. Judgment. No, judgment is a different card. Justice. Got it. Until I'm working with the top, eh? Oh no, I've gone out of sequence. You go there. All right. Okay. So do you guys can you visualize how it flows from from the Fool? So watch this. So now I'm going to teach you the alphabet as it goes here. This is crazy. If I can. So is this going to work? I've got to do this better. So the Fool is the A. And I'm going to knock them all over the floor, and this will not be helpful. And the Magician is the B. Okay, and they all have a meaning. We'll go into the individual meanings of them. I think I'll leave the individual meanings for each of them for the next class, just because it's so much to take in. All right. And then we'll come back to this. This is even more complicated, right? But ideally, with the Tree of Life that you guys are all capable of remembering and looking at. So you're going to start at the top, and it's going to come down this way, right? Or it's going to come down this way. And each of these majors is not one of the spots, which is what you might think that they are, but they're actually the space, the transition lines that you see. Okay. And then once you take this alphabet and these energies and you memorize that, and it really is an alphabet, literally, the way that it goes out. All right, so see if I can do this right. So Aleph, wait, I've got this thing. I can't see what I'm doing here. I want to make sure you guys can see this. All right, and I don't want to do it that way. All right, here we go. So the Fool is A. Magician is B. The High Priestess is G. I'm going to pronounce these wrong. So I am not Jewish and I don't speak Hebrew. So if I pronounce these wrong, take it up with the internet. Okay. The Empress is D. The Aquarius, the star is He, which is actually the H. Then you have Vav, which is a V. You guys don't need to write these down. I will send you.
You're doing really good.
You will get these pages. Then you get, I'm on the next page. Yeah, so Vav, then Z. Okay, so they're actually in an interesting order. Then you get, where are you? What's the next one in the, why is that? The Z, oh, am I over here? Is this why? Yes. Then you have the Ch, which is, they got weird letters. This is a CH. It's not even a C, it's a Ch. Okay. And then you have Tet, which is a T. And then you have the Yod, which is a Y. Okay. And then you have the Kaf, which is a K. Then you have the L. And a palm bear. Hi, Meryl. How are you, honey? All right. Then you have Mem, which is the M. And then you have the N. Okay. And then you have, actually pretty neat, Samek, which is the S. And then I'm not even gonna try. Ian. Horrible at Hebrew, guys. Sorry about it, but there you go. And then Fe or Fe, depending on what you're saying. But this is the oh, I missed that last one. This Ian, the Capricorn. This is a silent letter. This is a P. And then you have Sadzi, which is the TS. So it's the sound of like in nuts, it's the TS sound. And then you have Kof, which is a Q or a K, right? And then you have Resh, which is the sun. And this is a hard R. And then you have Shin, which is a SH, right? It's also the soft S, like so sun or shun would be that same letter. And then you have Tav, which is the another T. And this is the big one. This is all of them. Right? So this is, and if you know all of those things and you can feel the way that they go in the growth cycle, right? So the whole point of it is feeling the cycles. If you can focus on the cycle and the way that the cycle grows and it gets bigger, and if you can do it with the majors, then it's easy to take each of the minors and their energies of themselves and apply them to the levels of the majors. So you really, really only need to memorize these, and these just become adjustment to these. So these are big overall life cycles, and the rest of the deck are just little eddies that you go through, right? So these would be marriages and deaths and childbirths, and these would be exams or I don't know, car crashes, right? Stuff like ordinary day-to-day stuff, and this is like overall life stuff. Do you guys get that? And there you go. So that is how you recognize the language of the majors. And ultimately, if you just know that alphabet and you can lay them out one after the other, boom, 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 boom. And it's 21 cards, and number 22 gets set aside. And then if, a lot of people are keeping journals, right? And everybody's going to say, well, keep notes and stuff, right? If you just take this wheel and you lay it out on a table beside you as you go to do and practice with your actual readings, then you can look at the major or the minor card that you're kind of looking at and going, what does that mean? I don't get it. I can't remember what that card is supposed to be. And if you know that flow from 1 to 21 or from 0 to 21, you can feel how it's going. Does that make sense to you guys? Do you guys see that? All right, that's it. Do you have any questions? Anyway, I will send you the handouts. Before we go, I have a feeling this puppy's going to turn into. I was hoping to get through more of the cards by now, but I think the minors are going to have to be done separately. You're only here no Saturday. Well, we're doing the tarot phenoms. You guys check us out. These are our cards. Oh, when it's backwards, let me turn it around for you guys. These are our cards. And we invite you guys to come out and check us out. Flip the camera. No, I don't want to flip the camera. I want to mirror the video. There you go. And that's for everybody on TikTok. There you go. That's what we're doing. So Mary is over there doing a membership drive. And here we are. So yeah. So what do you think, you guys? Do you want to see how these? Do you want to see how these flow? Flow in action. What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. Let me get my the deck, so I don't have to mix this guy in. And when you get used to them, you can work with this table. You don't really need to lay your cards out. I use this thing as a Bible when I was first learning, just so I can look at them and go, okay, where does it go? And when you've got it laid out, you guys looking at the table in front of you, start at the top right, like you're reading a Hebrew book, okay? And you read right to left, right to left, right to left, okay? And it flows that way. And it's like a circle. You feel that? So do you guys see anything interesting in the cards? Put these, what deck can I use? Oh, I can use that deck. I don't dump them all over the floor here, you guys. All right. You need Triva. You have to go to, you got to sign up at meetup.com. You'll find the address at Tarot Phenoms. On the front page at the bottom, it'll say join our meetup, and you have to log in down there. Well, you guys, and yeah, I don't need it for you guys. It's just you guys here in TikTok. Everybody in the Zoom room is already on there, right? And we I'll send out the invitation in the middle of the week. Perfect, excellent. So I send it out in the middle of the week, and come or don't come. If you're going to come and sit in the Zoom room with us for this session, when I'm actually doing a class, this is the last one by the way, guys, the Saturday morning one, this is the last one until the classes, and there will be a formal schedule that'll go up in January. Those will start anew in January. You'll see the schedule on meetup.com, so you have to go there. That is on the Tarot Phenoms page. Everybody in the Zoom room already knows this. We just opened a Facebook group. You guys join up. It's called Tarot Phenoms. There is a page as well. It will drive you to the group because you can't really have discussions on a page. And what else do you need to know? And in January, if everything goes right, I've got the hardware for it, it's all set up. We'll actually be doing well, hopefully, if the pandemic allows, we will be doing these classes. I will be doing my classes. Mary will be offering her classes at the same time, or well, not the same time, but in a different schedule. So I'm about to do some readings by Sakati to show these guys how to feel the energies of what I just worked on with them. So if you would like to volunteer, I can do a reading for you right now. How would you like that? And yeah, so in the meantime, Tarot Phenoms, who are already members, the Tarot practice room is open from 3 till 5. Between now and December 20th, Mary will not be available to man the Zoom room. And if there's anybody in my shop, I'm probably not going to have the camera on for obvious reasons. But I've got this is Christmas season, and this is where my other business makes all its money. Imagine someone, it's all raw. Yeah, basic caddy. Yeah, cool. All right. So let's show you how this goes. All right. Nobody's got any questions before I move forward with this? You just want to see how this flows, right? Okay, so watch this. So basic, let me focus on basic caddy and not the lesson. Okay, hang on. Let me get your energy here. All right. My shop, yeah, peppermaster.com. That's my big money business. My husband and I have been building that since he was 8 years old. I've been working with him since 2003, and yeah, that's my other business, or one of my other businesses. The law of the universe, guys, don't let the big pigs win. Multiple streams of income, whatever you do. This is the best thing you can ever do for yourself. Make it so nobody, no single company or human being is in charge of your ability to eat, except you. All right. All right, Basic Caddy, here we go. Oh, we got a jumper for you. Look at that. Ooh, 6 of Wands. All right, so you, my dear, are coming out of a serious challenge. I'm going to read the cards first, and then I'll show you how to pull the energies out of the cards, followed by 7 of Wands. And then I get the 4 of Cups reversed. Okay, so here's the crazy thing. I've got the energies of the 6 of Wands going into the 7 of Wands, and then it's into a 4 of Cups reversed. So you've won. You have totally won. You've conquered, you have completed, you have pulled all of this together, and you are sitting here going, focused on some little itty bitty aspect of what happened and focusing on that rather than focusing on the win. Knock it off. All I can say to this is you won. Why aren't you focused on the win? Get out. Oh yeah, how many times you gotta hear me say this, guys? Get your arse out of your head. You won. Why are you thinking you didn't? This one little itty bitty thing, it means nothing. Overall, you won. Eat it, own it. All right, good luck to you. All right, so let me show you how I used that cycle of life to pull that. Dang, I knew I should have stapled these. I'm gonna have to reorder those papers. Oh well. Okay. Got it. Yeah, Basic Caddy's over there going, what? That's crazy, eh? Okay, so when you look at the cycle, okay, so you can start, the Fool is over here. The Fool is going to be the 0, right? So you guys have your cards lined. So what I want you to do is go to number 6 on the cycle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that'll be the Hierophant. Okay, and the Hierophant, the energy of the Hierophant comes. There's wisdom, there's intuition, there's knowledge, right? And this is all come together. Triva, the goal is to never disconnect from the other side. Hey, Dark Moon, how you doing? Okay, so you get the Hanged Man and then the energy of death. flowing side by side. If you're looking at the majors, this is a 6 flowing into a 7. It's the exact same energy, except it is spiritually or inspirationally focused because it's in the Wands deck. Okay, so the 6 represents the creating of the situation where the power knowledge is all in place, and it's followed by, and it's inspired. It's everything coming together, all together, in spite of the any negativity. Like this is such super harmony of stuff coming together, and it's inspired and it's inspired. Do you feel that? Okay, so you get the Hierophant and the Lover's energy coming together right here between the 6 and 7 of Wands. Okay, and then they go into the 4 of Cups, right? And the 4, you can bring that energy, brings it down because it's wet and it's damp and it's cups, right? And it's emotional. It comes down to the 4, and that is the Empress. Now I'm reading reverse cards, so there's an extra whole other thing for it where I'm looking at when I read a reverse card, it's because that card, you're stuck in your head. You are in a meat suit emotional moment, and you cannot see the forest for your trees because you are stuck in your ego self as opposed to in your aligned self. So that's why you're not emotionally grounded. Okay, but the 6 going into the 7 and then pulling the 4 of Cups is the creation card, right? It's the energy, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the energy of the hope of the star coming out, right? And it should be exploding and comfortable and the light coming into your life, but because it's upside down, the light is not shone, right? Do you guys see how they come together like that? So it's the same cycle, whether it's the majors or the minors. The only difference is where the focus of the specific energies are. You guys got any questions? We do another one. See if you guys are writing in the chat. I got one message in the chat here. Hello, open. You got it. Cool. All right. The host. Thank you. Appreciate it, Fernanda. Trying to get hard to get rid of my dread. I can't. I meditate, I sing, nature, it does not leave. That's because you're stuck in your head. Yeah, okay. So when your emotions are all over the place, and Treva, you've seen me done this before. Guys, I'm going to show you how to do this again in the chat. Will 2022 be better for Paul and I? If you choose to make 2022 better for you and Paul, sweetheart, is going to be better. Okay, this is, you choose your way through life. If you're going to let life control you, stop it, because it is not. Okay, so here I'm going to show you how to do this exercise, guys. A lot of you guys who are watching right now, you've seen me do this before, and I'll do it again. All right. So the first thing you want to do is you want to get yourself in a nice, sitting up in a nice, comfortable chair. You want your feet solid on the ground, or you want to be feeling very, very comfortable. Okay, take a deep breath, and I want you to inhale every piece of air that the universe can fill into you. I want you to so focus on filling your lungs so full that you got no more room for air in your lungs. Keep inhaling until you get that full, and then what you're going to do is take 3 more inhales. So you're going to, so that your lungs are completely full. And then when you get to that, you're going to hold it to the count of 3. Okay. And then you're going to very, very slowly, controlled exhale all the way, completely, all the air you can possibly exhale. And then you are going to blow out 3 more times so that there's no more air. Get it? And then you're going to hold it. When you're completely out of air, you're going to hold it for 3. And you cannot do this 4 or 5 times if you have to. You don't do it so often you hyperventilate, guys. But you can do this, and you have no choice to be absolutely in the moment when you finish doing this exercise. And you can feel it. You will feel yourself in your body, and you're not in your head. Okay. And this is where you want to be. So if you can get there, just do that. and then stop thinking about the sadness. You're going to choose, when you get to that point of focus of self of now, then you're going to choose your next point of focus. You're not going to allow your stinky little head to tell you what you're going to think about. You're going to allow your aligned self to choose what you're going to think about. All right. And I like to call it doing a nothingness meditation, because I will get into this nothing space, and then I will do absolutely nothing until the universe motivates me to move. And I've already told the universe what I want, what I need, where I'm going in life, and I do it all day, every day, right? At an energetic level, we tell the universe what we want, where we're going. And the second that we choose to get out of alignment with the universe, then we start telling the universe stinky thinking. And that disrupts us. It disrupts us at an alignment level. It doesn't allow the magic to flow. It doesn't allow the universe to be. And so it feels awkward and upsetting, and it will drag you down. It will drag you down, because if you think about it, you're operating from your ego inception, which usually occurs as a teeny baby or as a toddler. I was a very, very teeny baby when I formed my ego and my ego. And if you allow yourself to operate from an ego, think about this. You are operating from the mindset of a toddler. Okay. Would you allow a toddler to dictate your life? You do so all day, every day, when you are not in alignment. Do you feel that? So alignment is your best friend, you guys. All right. COPD, can't do it. How can you block out that? Well, you can't block it out, you guys. You cannot block it out. What you can do is detach yourself from it, right? The concept, Eckhart Tolle teaches the concept of the pain body, or he used to teach it and then he ascended, or transitioned, or died, depending on how you want to look at what happened to his body. And what he teaches is that when you get into this now space, this nothing space, then you are able to detach yourself from what the physical body feels. So if you are in constant physical pain, you can actually use the power of your own mind to block that pain. And I'll tell you what, it isn't something you are going to instinctively know how to do, because you are operating from the mind of your toddler self, who is trying to protect yourself from yourself, and therefore is not going to allow you to live in this alignment space, because it fears that going back past that ego inception means it has to die. And it's a very weird, stinky thinking sort of thing that you can get into with yourself, but it's most bizarre. Your body is like a child in a third world country. It just won't stop. Triva, treat yourself like a overexcited puppy and exhaust yourself. Okay. Fernanda, you have my grandchildren's other grandmother is named Fernanda. I love your name. All right, you guys, here we go. I'm gonna do a little reading for Fernanda, who's looking up. Yeah, I'm not. You need to look at if there is something that you're eating is causing that, but also eliminate your stress. Right? If you find yourself over the course of the day are not in that oneness space, stop yourself, get into it. I asked my guru, Michael, I said, yeah, get out of my head. I get into my head in the morning, and then it's like shit just piles up more and more over the course of the day. It comes in, it comes in, it comes in. And why is it coming in? It's because I'm focused on the fact that it's coming in. So the more I focus on it, the more it comes, right? Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're going to have to, I would start with psychological. Yeah, I know, but you need to work with yourself. You need to forgive yourself for allowing him to put you in that position. You need to forgive him for doing what he did to you and become one with the universe in spite of that. And that's the tricky exercise that you have to do with yourself. And it's not easy. And a lot of people cannot do it alone. That's why I use the tarot cards for myself. But I have gone and gotten, it's, you know, when my first husband committed suicide, I got myself a grief counselor, because some things you cannot do all by yourself. You are operating from a toddler mind, right? No, you can't do it alone. And you know this, you know, just in the sharing of the issues of a meat suit, in the for Christians will have heard this story before. In the Bible, it teaches a lesson where Jesus, I think it's the Sermon on the Mount, I believe, when he says, wherever two people gather in my energy, then I will be there. Okay. If you focus your healing with another person, then it cannot help but heal. Do you feel that? So the expression, a problem shared is a problem halved, it has so much power. Yeah. Okay. So, but Triva, you got to take your focus off of them and put your focus on your healing, right? Because if you are not the best that you can be, then you are useless to everybody else. Do you feel the concept there? If we go through life focusing on everybody else's wants and desires and needs, where the hell are we? Who are we here for? Right? You did. Yes, I know. Yes, and keep doing that. Stay focused on that, right? And use a clock. Take an alarm. If you got an alarm on your cell phone, set it every half hour and stop and go, ooh, am I in alignment? Am I comfortable? Am I happy? Am I doing what I want and need to be doing? And if the answer is no, then you sit down and do that, get into the now exercise. Okay. And set the alarm. And eventually you won't even need the alarm, because at a certain point you'll be going, am I in alignment? No, I'm in alignment. And you can be there all day, every day. You can force it on your physical self. So it's not something that you're wistfully hoping comes. You live in this positivity space of nothing that creates your own universe. And it creates your own universe because when you are in that neutral space, you get to choose. You get to choose if, am I going to be annoyed that that person stole my parking space? Or am I going to go, oh, well, I wasn't, there's going to be another parking space, right? You choose how to feel about it, and your emotions are your guideposts. So if you're focused on negative emotions, you go in the wrong way. Do you get that? Hey, Cookie Monster. Nice name, dude. I'm not reading that name out loud, you guys. I just am not. TikTok has the strangest names, guys. All right, so here's the cards. Let's see if we can do this. I got 20 minutes left, and I'm teaching you guys about crazy spiritual things that I'm supposed to be teaching tarot. Here we go. All right, so here are the cards. What are we doing? So we'll see, you know, we want to. Okay, so Triva is in. Ooh, got a jumper for you, honey. You're almost there. That's a 9. Ooh, that's a 9. This is a crazy. Oh, no, it's not the 9. It's the 3. Even better. I like the 9. But the 3 is cool. The 3 is about putting your path together. Okay. You ain't alone is the magic of this 3 of wands that jumped out of this card, is to tell you, you are not alone. Triva, you know this. You feel this. Look at this card, you guys. I love this card. The way here is Triva walking through her existence here. Right? And she's got her hand on each of the wands, and the 3rd wand is walking alone. Do you feel that? You have that energy with you. You have to own that energy. That's your energy. Become aligned with that energy, that super harmony that you feel when everything is on fire and working for you. That's because that spirit never goes anywhere unless you choose to not acknowledge it. Do you see that? Yeah, right there. See that? It's not going anywhere. It's going to be with you all day, every day. Feed on it. absorb it, pull it into yourself. It's there for you. Do you guys feel that? Okay. So now to bring this was a jumper. So this becomes the 3 card. This corresponds to the Empress, right? What's the Empress? It's the softness. It's the comfort. It's the beauty. It is the creation. This is the crown. Oh, this deck. This is the King's Journey by James Battersby and Christine Liu, who are friends of mine. I love this deck. It's a beautiful deck. And this is the bordered edition. This was redone later. He had originally done it with another brilliant tarot lady, and this has been updated with work that Christine did. All right. So the 3 would correspond to the Empress. So whether it's a 3 of Wands, do you feel the coming together of it? If it's the 3 of Pentacles, right? See if I can pull it out of here real quick. That's a 2. Oh my gosh. All right. The next time I teach this, I'm going to, how are we playing Uno? Sure. 3 of Cups, right? You see the 3 emotional beings coming together in the 3 of Cups, right? So they're creating something. The 3 of Pentacles, which is hiding in the deck here somewhere, it is very much the coming together of the physical, right? Or the financial. So who was it we were going to do the you are in the middle of climbing it. Okay, so yeah, this is, yes, but lean on that power energy, right? That energy is there for you, Treva. Become one with it. And here's the reading, all right? Because you're going to create it. There, the 3 of Cups is followed by the 4 of Cups. Both of these are reversed. And then I get the 6 of Coins, honey. The 3 of Cups is you not allowing what is coming together to come together because you're taking your focus off of what is. Okay. The 3 going into the 4 is a progression. It's a forward progression, but it's cups and they're both reversed. So you're not seeing the forward progression. You're focused on the negative emotion that has you in this situation. Do you feel that? Okay. And then they go, the 6 of Coins is you got to take the good with the bad, hun. Some of it, some days you're going to have good, some days you're going to have bad. You got to take, and it's a give and take. It's a piece of, you got to know when you're physically strong enough and feed on that and know when you're weakened. You get that? All right. Take your focus off the negative emotion. That's the key. Put your focus on the little wins. Oh, honey, honey, honey. The 2 of you, this is the same absolute energy, right? You want to take this. You want to put this together. You want to recognize what you've built, right? I love this card. Look at this. Here he is. Here's the guy sitting on the, and he's got the cups here, and he's putting his emotions into it. And you'll notice that in the image, all the cups are level and they're balanced, all right? That's a 4 of Cups. This is a position of comfort, except you don't feel comfortable. Neither one of you feel comfortable, right? You feel uncomfortable. But this is, remember I was talking about in the lessons there, I was talking about that choice of how you're going to feel. Well, this is a choice of how you're going to feel. So if you can get into that 0 space and choose differently, you're going to find the crap much easier to take because you'll be focused on the wins. Do you get that? So one of the ways you can do that too is keep track. At the end of the day, I want you to sit down and go, what were the 3? I want 3 good things that happened to me today. Okay. And when you get up first thing in the morning, you want to focus on 3 good things I want to see happen to me today. Right. You know, make yourself happy. Make yourself happy because nobody else is going to do it for you. And frankly, they all have themselves and their own best interest at heart. Okay. All right. Any questions about the cycles, guys, and how they flow? What do you think? I got Chris, Jess, and Judith hanging here and not saying a word. Much love to you, Treva. Fernanda, I hope that goes well for you. Good luck with that. But it's all about your focus.
It's really interesting. I'm listening.
Yeah. Do you have any questions, honey?
So far, so good. Thank you.
Cool. All righty. Well, we got 1/4 2. So do you guys in the chat want me to read for you guys at all, or because I can do another couple of readings for the TikTokians here if you guys just want to listen. I don't know, and I can try and correspond them back to the majors as well. I'm doing really well, Meryl. How are you? Sure, Treva, go ahead and ask. Sure, Debbie, why not? All right, so we're gonna use a Debbie. It's gonna do this. We'll get these energies together for you guys. All right, so we got a Princess of Wands, and she's reversed. And then I got the Nine of Swords, but it's upright, and that's followed by the Seven of Wands, and it's reversed. So Debbie, you are unfortunately all stuck in your head. The good news is that you are, as soon as you are ready to wake up and face the music, you are you're on your way. There's a new path, there's a new focus here for you that is positively inspired. It is emotionally pulling to you. It wants you to pay attention. And you are so focused on what seems to be some sort of negativity, a nightmare of sorts, something that you don't want to know about, something that you don't want to know how it's going to work out because you don't like how it's going. But the good news is you're coming out. The Seven of Wands, this is victory card. There is a minor loss involved with the Seven of Wands, but it is very much a victory card, and that you've got it, that you know. This is a Page of Wands. It's a princess in my deck, and this girl, your spirit's calling to you. Your spirit is telling you what you need to be doing, what you need to be thinking, and where you need to be going. And you are sitting in the dark, trying not to listen because you don't want to see what's coming. Okay. And you've got to get out of there, because what is coming is virtuous victory. This is all that coming together and putting what you want and you need at the forefront. But you got to get out of your head. You got to get out of your head. You stay focused on the negativity, and you will get more negativity. You are scared. You are terrified. Oh, I see that. This is, I don't know what you're so afraid of, honey. My husband likes to say, behind our darkest fears lie our greatest treasures. Go straight at it. You know, these cards, your spirit is with you. Your spirit is going to protect you. You've got everything that you need. Yeah. Oh, has he passed away just recently? It is time. And honey, he's with you. He didn't go anywhere. I mean, his body did. Yes, I know. And it's hard not seeing him. But if you close your eyes and you pull his spirit to you, he is with you. He is with you right now. Right? Wow, I'm going to take a look at previous question here, you guys. Okay. Treva, you're not responsible for your mother's spirit. And it's a very long question. 9 months tomorrow. Yeah. There's here, you are so strong. You are so beautiful. You are so powerful, and you are so blessed. And this love that he feels for you, can you open your heart and feel it? I would, really? Oh, yeah. Okay, we're going to come back to that, Treva. You need to, Debbie, there is a line in the sand that you have created inside of your mind that you really need to erase. So there's something inside of you telling you that he is dead and he is gone and he is no longer with you. And that is so not the case. And he is over here trying to get your attention. This Nine of Swords is about you not realizing the beauty and the light that is out there coming for you. And the second that you realize that all of that energy is embracing you all day, every day, then you will realize that you still have all of that love, all of those memories, all of that energy, and that if you call it to you, you can have all of that energy with you all day, every day. Feel it inside of yourself. His physical spirit may be gone, but you have his spirit unfettered. He has no challenges. All of the negativity that he had while he was alive, what you looked at, his when he dropped his undies on the floor and it pissed you off because he couldn't pick up after himself, or he threw his dirty dishes in, whatever it was that enervated you about this man, none of that exists anymore. All that you loved about him, all of the light, everything that was wonderful, that's all that's left that exists. And he is still very much with you. And you need to recognize that. And the only way that you can recognize that is to go straight at that fear that you are feeling and embrace it. Because you are not allowed to feel fear when someone dies, because you're going there, but it's not a cease to exist moment. Do you feel that? So yeah, embrace your heart, man. The spiritual hug coming through here is so intense. I wonder if I could get a message. He sees you crying. You have a knowledge base, honey. There's something that you know that will comfort you, and you are avoiding looking at it, and I don't know why. It's a very tiny sort of thing. Was there a baby or a puppy that you guys had, honey? Yeah. Oh, you can trust that, Treva. Absolutely. You can. Hi, Debbie. How you doing? Feel that? Have any questions? I don't know what this little thing is. Was it a baby, a puppy? Oh, boy, oh, boy. Oh, honey. Sobbing is good for the soul. It's how the soul cleanses itself. All right. I wish I could give you a hug, sweetie. Oh, my heavens. The whoever this little one is or was, he says to let you know. Oh, there is two. Look at that. Oh, your grandson. Well, he has got a light on your grandson. Check this out. He's got this little itty bitty owl right here on the card, and this is jumping out at me. He's keeping his eye on him. Trust in. I didn't even see the doodle. How cute is that? Wow. You feel sort of trapped. You feel like you've been, yeah, crying is good for you. Yeah. Absolutely. Crying is so good for you. Yeah. The 9, let me take this into the energy of the majors for my class here. So you see how this works. The 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we get into the 9th card and we get into the Hermit. Okay, so the energy is you need to get one with yourself so that you can become one with him. And then when you are one with both of yourselves, then that power is going to come out. Okay, and that's where you're going to feel, you're going to realize he is still all together with you. Do you get that? Oh. Right. So if you feel in and you're looking at the cards, you guys, and you're not sure where, oh, you have a great day, Judith. You take care. We'll see you in January. The class practices are going to be available in the afternoon, Saturday afternoons from 3 to 5 anyway. So those are there for you guys if you want to use it. All right. All right. Good luck to you, Debbie. Big hugs. Big hugs. Oh, honey, you need to get into that oneness space, all right, and relax into the fact that he is with you, not lady. What? The lady statement. What? I don't know. The whole point of this is to become one with yourself, right? That sequence of cards is going to feed your soul, and you need to become one with that aspect of what's going on there. Does that make sense? Wish you you got something. Definitely spend more time with your grandson. I would. But you're moving forward, right? If it doesn't seem straight, your path is just off to the side. Does that make sense? Right? It doesn't feel like it's going to be moving forward for you. Take your focus off what's not moving forward and just take a step sideways. Okay? Because he's there. He's there all day, every day, Debbie. Do not lose sight of that. All right, one more reading for you guys, and then I'm going to screw off for the day. Jessica, did you have any questions there, honey? I'm going to do this reading for Jessica she's in my Tarot Phenoms here.
No questions.
All right. Well, we'll just pull your cards for you as they are then. Oh, you got a jumper? 2 of Wands. Okay. So, and she's upside down. So there's this is a creation card, right? This is the Magician upside down. You feel that? It's a 2. Feel the Magician energy in the 2?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a creation that you need to make happen, all right? And it's inspired, it's inspirational, it's something that is calling you from within. Do you feel it? There is a whole path, a whole tunnel that you are meant to go walking down, right? You feel that?
Okay.
Do you know what it's referring to?
No.
Oh, okay. So this could be all sorts of things. It could be referring to courses. It could be referring to life change. It could be referring to all sorts of things, but it's inspired, and it's something that you have put into your space, that you want in your space. You want it coming. You want it, right? So because it's not the Fool, right? It's the breath coming into reality. Right? This is the first moment of creation as the Deuce, right? So it pulls its energy from the magician into the Wands, becomes the inspiration. Do you feel that?
Yeah.
Right. So we'll see what they're talking about. We'll find out what that is pretty quickly, I think, with these cards. So, I got the King of Swords reversed. So this could be a boss, could be a dad, a yang figure in power over a Queen of Coins. This could represent, because the 2 side by each, the male and the female together, this could often, I would see this as representing parents, right? There's a control aspect between the sword and the groundingness of the Queen that follows. The King going into Queen, there's a grounding level. I can't show you in the majors the way that the pages fall in, because the pages, the court cards, all fall. Remember when I was showing you guys the Tree of Life earlier? There's the bottom.
Yeah.
I said that the major cards all fall on the fault lines, right? The major cards all fall in here into these lines, okay? These are the princesses. These are the pages here. And so these are it's all part of the cycle, okay? But this one right here is where the seeds start from a spiritual level, and they start at the top from a meat suit level. So you could think of, there's an alpha and omega up here, but there's also one down here at the meat suit level, right? There's an energy to this mindset that I'm working with that suggests that at the birth place and the death place in the life cycle, it's the same place. That makes sense? So it's a full cycle.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what we're looking at. So you got the king going into the queen. I've got a suit jump, so I've got an energetic jump. Do you feel that?
Yeah.
So I'm going from an air card into a physical card. So it's thought and physical. So you're thinking about creating money. Okay. The queen makes it creation. There is a physical creation happens. The queen makes things real. And when it is the Queen of Pentacles, it's about making either something physically healthy real or financially healthy real. Do you feel that?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what we're talking about yet?
I think I do.
Okay. So whatever it is, and then the next card is the Eight of Pentacles reversed. Okay. So you know what you want to be working on, right? The King of Swords is intellectual solidity. You can't get more in your knowing what you want and being in the point of nailing down what you know, right? That intellectual pursuit, that is so solid in a king, okay? But it's a king, so it remains to be made real. Do you feel that?
Yeah.
Shift. Okay. Queens are when they're made real. Okay. Well, we'll come back. The class, when I do the class on the court cards, you'll feel this energy that I'm talking about right now. You'll feel it better then. So we go from air to solidity. So you've got an idea that is inspired that you can use to make money. And you sort of have already started it. Do you feel that? Do you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about now, right? Okay. And the other card is you're not sure you're going to make money out of it because it's upside down. So you are so in your head that you are not seeing that you're making a ton of money here. This is whatever it is that you are putting together is coming together. It's working. This is the Apprentice card, right? You just got to keep putting the good stuff into it. Keep putting it in, keep putting it in, keep doing it because it's working. You are stinky in your head because this great idea, this is a great idea. King of Swords is a great idea, right? You're thinking, well, maybe it's not such a great idea. And this is like, just put more effort into it. And you're thinking, oh, maybe it's too much work. Except bitch in the middle says, this is the best thing you've done ever did. Do you feel that?
Yeah.
This is you. Right? So this is you, the energy is coming in. So watch this. So the queen, I can't show you. I'll have to show you later with the queen on a different, I'll have to, when we do the numbers on the tree of life, then you'll see how they correspond better. But that's a whole class in and of itself. But what happens is the queen takes this real creation of what is being created and puts the energy of creating it comes from her. So without her, whatever this is, without you, this doesn't happen. Doesn't matter. Right?
Yeah.
So stop thinking it's not working. It's really working. It's really working and it's easy. So does it seem too easy? Say yes. Is that the issue? It seems too easy? Or somebody's going to think it's too easy? I say this on a regular basis, just when you get into alignment and you start doing what I call that zero meditation. I do my Qigong and then I sit down here at my desk and I get into complete, now I'm in alignment because I've just come out of my Qigong, right? I sit down here and get my stuff ready to start working. And then I just sit back and I do my thing and I get into alignment and then I just sit here and I'm doing nothing. And by the time that Greg walks in through the door at the end of the day, I'm sitting here working my little fingers to the quickie and he's like, what'd you do all day? And my response is always, I didn't do nothing. I did nothing all day. And the reason that I did nothing all day is because I started from that alignment position and was capable of creating the work without thinking about it. And so it's natural and it's easy and it's allowed to be, because that's the magician part of you at work. Do you feel that?
Yeah.
Okay, so your stinky thinking little ego self head is going to create all the negativity you need to create to make yourself not allow yourself, your ego self, as long as your ego self is in control, it can't allow you to become all of that because of a psychological thing. It wants to protect you from the world and yourself. And if you put yourself out in the world, how can it protect you? It needs to protect you. If this wonderful, not that this is going to hurt you, right? Do you feel that? You feel the yang of it, right? So your ego's looking at it going, oh, no, this isn't, no, this is going to go bad. Everything always goes bad. It can't go well. How could it go well, right? Do you feel the stinky thinking of the reverse king like that?
Yeah.
Okay. When you turn it upside, it's like it's all the right thoughts. It's the solid thinking thoughts. Hey, dark moon. Right?
Yeah.
And how you choose to feel about those thoughts and do with those thoughts is just relax yourself into it. And then that solidity is just going to happen. Right?
Yeah.
Make sense? And so you can go back to the lessons of the tree in order to feel the cards. You don't even need to know what they mean. You know what I mean? So there's this language of flow of life cycle in all of the cards that as long as you know that 1 through 22 to begin with, they all flow. They all follow that exact same flow. You like? All right, my honeys, it is now 7 minutes after 1, and I have a business downstairs that is probably hopping about now. I've been hearing a few ka-chings on the cash register that rings on my phone every time he makes a sale. So I'm going to have to leave you. But that is, what do you think? Does that help at all, Jess? Do you and Chris have any comments? What do you think? Do you think that's going to help you see the way through the cards?
Yeah, it definitely helped me understand the mages a bit more.
Cool. Okay, good. All right. Do you have any questions, or maybe did you find something overly confusing maybe that I could focus better?
No, I
Hi,
think
Aiden.
it's just a matter of practice on my end.
Okay, cool. All righty. All right. I'm all right. We're gonna call that a day then, my guys. And we are out. I'm doing great, Aiden. I'm going to say goodbye to you guys in the Zoom room and take a half a second to say goodbye to everybody in chat. 3 o'clock, the classroom is open if you guys want to practice. I'm going to be in my shop, so if I have customers, I won't be of any use to you. Mary will not be here today because she's doing that the fundraiser, the membership drive, getting people to join up and telling people about Phenoms. So yeah, and those of you in the Zoom room and the TikTok, you're gonna find us here. Oh, you're gonna miss me a little more, Aiden. All right, Jess, Christopher, and you guys, I will see you all soon enough, and enjoy the rest of your day. All righty. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.